Libya and Ethiopia have got to be allied to Russia. We know that. Ethiopia, which is Sudan and Ethiopia today, it's the Hebrew word Cush. More on that in a second. And Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Libya and Ethiopia, says Daniel, shall be at his steps. And indeed, that's happening. Look at the date, April this year. Russia's been in the area of Libya for some time. But now the leader of Russia, there he is, Libya, went up to Moscow and met the Russian defence minister. And there he is, the Prime Minister, joining up with them. And Russia calls for deeper military ties with Libya. And so Russia's presence in Libya has grown and grown and grown, and she seems to have now dominated. Well, we'll see. Here's why Russia might set up a Red Sea base in Sudan. The Sudanese president invited the Russian military. Yes, back in 2017, but still it's true. And the effect is now taking place. There's the ancient Cush. So Ethiopia, Cush, and Libya with them. Now Cush, if you find it out, is bigger than Ethiopia of old and goes into that region we had there, Sudan. And so it crosses that area. Russia's building naval bases in that area as well as military bases. The alliance is huge. So it moves on. But now, brethren and sisters, late last year, Putin came down and met with El-Sisi, the Prime Minister of Egypt, and 43 African leaders, and set up a huge trading base in Egypt as a footstep to trading in Africa. Huge base. Look, it's going to cost Russia $7 billion. It's going to employ 35,000 Egyptians. Just think of it, brethren and sisters. This is what they're proposing. And there's what they reckon it'll look like when it's built. Proposed Suez Canal economic zone where Russia can extend its influence into Africa through trade and such like. Think about that. Remember this quote? He shall stretch forth his hand upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and silver, and over all the precious things of Egypt. And the Libyans and Ethiopians shall be at his steps, or his companions. So Russia will invade Egypt for a financial reason. It already is. Maybe not a military invading, but a financial invading. Has already done so. And if there's a problem economically with what it's spent there, it'll come down for silver and gold for its investment in Egypt. An investment has been already made. It isn't finished, but it's on the way. Very dramatic indeed, what we're seeing happening. Well, brethren and sisters, I ask you to keep Isaiah 23 open before you. Come with me to verse 13. I'm going to put it up in another version, but these words from verses 13 to halfway through verses 16 are not doomsday. Oh, they're quite different. It's crazy. In this middle of this chapter that's all doom, 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 in verses 13 to 16, and the last verse we'll look at in a second, it's not. What's happening? Brother Mansfield says this applies to us. Look what the ESV renders it. He says to us here now, as you see all these things happening, coronavirus, horrible things, economic collapse could come, all sorts of things could happen. They lift up their voice, that's us. They sing for joy over the majesty of Yahweh. They shout from the west. Therefore in the east, it's the whole world where the ecclesia is. Give glory to Yahweh. In the coastlands of the sea, from the ends of the earth, we hear songs of praise. Oh, brethren and sisters, are we doing that? I bet many of you are like me. I wake up in the morning and I try and make every morning a quick prayer that this might be the day the Lord will come. And thankful for the great hope that we've got. It's wonderful, isn't it? Who else has got that in all this grim time? And look now how the chapter ends in verse 23. Very interesting, brethren and sisters. Then the moon shall be confounded and the sun ashamed. Remember those words? Lord Jesus Christ picks them up in the Olivet prophecy. When Yahweh of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem before his ancients gloriously. It ends, as Brother Thomas says, with the coming of the King, the return of the Lord Jesus Christ. What a thrilling prospect we have, brethren and sisters. So the days are short. But maybe we could conclude with one further quote. I've got it on the board. Romans 13. Now it is high time for you to wake out of sleep. For now is salvation nearer to us than when we first believed. There we are, brethren and sisters. The days are super short. Let us be fully prepared. Let us keep our mind on the Word and prepare for the day of the Lord's return, that we might all be there together in Sinai. Meet each other with joy. What a wonderful prospect it will be, brethren and sisters. Let's hope we're all there and rewarded in that wonderful day, because we've prepared now and kept our minds on the truth. Thank you.